Alright, Sarah Sturm here.
Jordan Schleck.
David Miller.
Vance Becking.
Zadina Safari.
Martina.
Lucas Paul. Segabu Germay.
David Carroll.
Mattia De Marchi.
Lawrence Nassen.
Vincent Chege.
Elliot. Sometimes you might know me as VC Let's Get It.
I'm David Miller. I'm here at the migration race and I'm riding a Factor Ostro Gravel in my signature edition, which is a colourway that we'll be launching later in the year, not just in the gravel but in the Ostro normal as well. This is a pretty much standard setup for the Factor Ostro Gravel. The principle of this bike is to make a super aero lightweight gravel bike, a race gravel bike basically. I think it is actually the fastest and lightest gravel bike that's out there. And somehow it's managing the absolute trauma of the migration race so far really well, because I've never done a gravel event like this, because it's basically a mountain bike event. But this bike seems to be holding up really well. As for what's on it, well, I'm using the SRAM Red Explorer group set, which so far has been pretty much bomb-proof because we've been through mud, rivers, everything, and it tends to just come out of it the other side fine, which is really impressive actually. As for the wheels, it's got the Black Ink 34s, which are effectively bomb-proof wheels. I'm using Vittoria Terreno Dry 47 on the front, 45 in the back. Those are on the recommendation of Lachlan Morton, good friend of mine, who I trust. So that was quite good. So far I've, touch wood, had no issues. As for the actual kind of extras I put on it, I've got the saddlebag here, a Muck-Off saddlebag that's literally got everything: electric pump, 3 gas canisters, 2 spare tubes, tools, everything in there. Put on this little frame bag because there's the bolts on this frame, just put it on, so it's quite elegant. I put the 3rd bottle cage, I've got in there a gilet and arm warmers, just in case. I've also got a pump on the bike, I'm completely over prepared. I've put some little nice things on it. There's the Muck-Off plug things. I've never actually used them yet, that's why I don't know the name. In the same colour, the jade colour that's on the bottom of the fork, and I also got some little Muck-Off jade matching valves. As for the saddle, I'm using my WTP titanium rails Silverado, which I use on my mountain bike. I took it off my mountain bike and put on here, so going for comfort rather than lightweight. It's a saddle that works amazingly for me on days like today, which were 9 hours and super bumpy. And that's about it, I think. I'm out. Pedals. I'm using my mountain bike trail pedals, SPD. I just like the slightly bigger platform on them. It's probably just a mental thing, but it feels like I've got a bigger foot platform, more like road pedals. And that's about it. Normally I'm running a Garmin 800 on there. That's not on there at the moment, it's charging. And there you go, that's my Factor Ostro Gravel.
I'm Vincent Chege, and we're in the middle of nowhere in the migration gravel race. I'm using a Giant Revolt. It's a Pro 1. This bike is really special. It's really fast and comfortable for me. Really aggressive, and I'm very happy about it and how it's handling everything so far. It's running on a SRAM Rival top speed and super smooth and very powerful on braking. I'm running Giant carbon wheels and also some power Garmin pedals and a clutch system for my plugs and a bit of tools and some power links.
And that's a Giant clutch system?
Yeah, it's a Giant clutch system.
So last year when we did the migration, you were on a mountain bike.
Yeah.
What's the difference between that and this?
So mountain bike and gravel is really different. So last year you never really know your full potential with a field where everybody is running on gravel bikes. So I'm really happy to be on a gravel bike, and especially a Giant Pro 1.
Alright, Sarah Sturm here. This is my migration bike. It's a Specialized Crux. Got it painted up for special for my kit, and yeah, it was an interesting decision process to come to this. We had, actually Maddie helped a lot. I was looking at what other people had run last year, and it was really hard. We had drop bars on my mountain bike at one point. It was really between the crux with the suspension fork, the Rudy, or my Diverge STR. And I went with the crux just for versatility, just because I wasn't sure how rough it would be and how smooth it might be and fast, because some people run like a really aero fast setup, so this can kind of do both if I wanted to. But yeah, I've been really pleased. I am very happy to have the Rudy on the front. I believe it's 70 mil travel. And then I went with 47 Pathfinder, Specialized Pathfinder, no inserts, with the Zip Fire Crest 303s. Hi! Hi! My saddlebag is a Seeker Adventure, and my coach makes them. They're awesome.
My name is Lawrence Nassen and welcome to my bike. Check. My bike is a Scott Addict Gravel. Wheels, lightweight Pathfinders, tires, G1 RS 45 in the back and G1 R 45 in the front. The tires are from the best brand in the world, Schwalbe. A little 48 teeth chainring in the front with a 1050 in the back, to be sure to be able to ride quick on the flat and be able to turn the legs on the climbs. Prologo Nago R4 saddle, R4 saddle in English. A little Prologo one-touch handlebar tape. SRAM shifters, SRAM group, mountain bike group, because I'm hanging out with mountain bikers, so I need to act like I am one of them. My shifters are a bit inward because I have crashed a few amount of times these last days in a migration. For the rest, there is like some blips at the bottom of my handlebar, because my shoulders are almost broken from all these holes in the ground. What more is there to add? There's a little tiny pump from the Kinder Hardware in Belgium, and a picture of my dog to know that little guy is cheering on me wherever I'm riding.
Hello, my name is Elliot. Sometimes I'm also known as VC Let's Get It. We are at the migration gravel race. We've just finished stage 3. I managed to stay upright today, which was a bonus, and I won the short distance, which was pretty sick. We run a Carnago G3X, soon to be a Carnago C63 gravel bike, but we'll get to that when I get back to Girona. We run a physique saddle, full one-piece integrated bar and stem, 42 centimeter center to center bars. They're quite wide, but I've got used to them. We run full SRAM axis group set with a mix of sort of rival red, rival derailleur every single time, because they come in and out of the chat. We're running 1142 cassette with a 40 tooth chainring on the front, perfect for migration in my opinion. We run the Garmin Rally power meter pedals. Love them so far. We run a Wahoo Bolt 2 head unit with like an aerospec mount, which is not very useful for me. But we run the Pathfinder lightweight wheels. On the rear, I've been running a Schwalbe Overlander, G1 Overlander tire, and I've had absolutely no punches. This one is a 40, I believe. And yeah, 0 punches on that one. We've been running this Hutchinson 42 centimeter Tundra, and I've ran this tire since Tracker and I haven't punched on this one either. Both, the front's got an insert, the rear's slightly slimmer so it doesn't have an insert, so I run slightly higher pressure on the back so I don't ding the rim. And that is my bike check. Let's get it.
Hi, I'm Mattia De Marchi, and this is my bike for migration gravel race. Maybe I don't change nothing compared last year. I use Basso Balta frame, Campagnolo group set. Maybe I change the front gear is 42 and the back I have 10 and 44. Maybe the new wheel launched in June. It's the Fulcrum Shark. It's really nice because I have a 47, 42. The tires maybe is the same. Cinturato M 45. I need maybe 50, but yeah, it's not, maybe I'm not ever clear. The saddle I use, Physique Cargo 00, is 100% my sandal, and yeah, and I use a Miss Grape prototype. I have everything inside, tube, multi-tube, CO2, and yeah, okay, I use a Elite bottle cage, and yeah, it's all. I really like the white frame, but I need the black.
I am Madina and this is my Ribble Gravel SL for Migration Gravel Race. It actually was a custom paint job specifically for this race, more or less. So what we've got is we've got a lot of, I mean, I'll talk through the technical stuff in a second, but more importantly, paintwork. My sister illustrated this bike, so it's got lots of like fun illustrations that are linked to me. So we've even got like an avocado over here, some coffee, and yeah, like lots of nice little motifs from my travels on here. I'm actually going into the bike itself and the setup. So I'm running a 38 tooth chainring with SRAM force. So my cassette's actually only, I think it's 11 to 44. And I'd say that I don't have enough gears on some of the climbs at this race. And we're 3 days in, so I've learned that the hard way. So yeah, I'd maybe run a little bit of a wider range of gears if I'm coming back again for the third year. What else can I tell you about this? Oh, I've got some secret parkours wheels. They're actually prototype wheels for something that's going to be launched, I don't know when, soonish. But they're really fast wheels. And then I'm running the Panaracer Gravel King X1s, which are their new tyres. And I'm actually only running 40. Last year I ran 45 tyres, but I decided I needed narrower because of the mud situation this year, and I was correct. I might have even needed narrower on the really muddy day. What else can I tell you about this bike? Did I miss anything?
Pasta makes you faster?
Oh yeah, it does say on it pasta makes you faster, because pasta does make you faster, and I had 2 bowls after the race today. Yeah, I'm running a Sella Italia road saddle, just because I don't feel like you need a specific gravel saddle personally, from my experience. Integrated bars. I run a top tube bag for the schnacks. Power pedals, but they're not sponsor correct. Anything else? Oh yeah, I've got a chain catcher because the old chain does love to hop off.
I'm Hans Becking from BAF Megamo MTB team, and I'm riding the Megamo Silk for Migration Race. Actually, I like the big range of gears, so I still use the double chainring, which is quite challenging here with a lot of bumps, but it's working so far really good. With the 3750 chainring and then the 1036 cassette, it's been quite good. Next to that, I'm riding the new Fulcrum Shark wheels with a 45mm Pirelli tire on it, and medium. It's the gravel medium Cinturato. Inserts inside, 1.2, one in the front, 1.3 bar in the rear, and that's it.
My name is Adina Safari. I'm riding the Factor Austro gravel bike in Migration Gravel Race with SRAM and Physique components, Victoria tires and Tune rims. I'm using a group set of SRAM 42 crank and a 4410 cassette.
Do you like the bike?
Yes, I really do like the bike because it's light. When I go to the stones, it just passes over. I enjoy everything about the bike. Actually, the race this year, this is my second time doing migration, and this year it's been really hard. But I've learned to go and work on my endurance and my bike positioning stuffs. Yeah.
Do you want to come back next year?
I really want to come back next year. I'm 100% sure I'll definitely do better than this year.
My name is Segabu Germay and I'm riding Factor Austro gravel. Physique, actually I changed it. Now I had a Antras 01, but this one Antras, a bit old one, model one, just for tomorrow to survive. Blacking and also the wheel blacking, SRAM Force with the mountain bike cassette Eagle, and Crank Brothers pedal, and Victoria Mezcal tire also I'm using, so that's it, I guess.
You enjoyed the ride so far?
Yes, I really enjoyed it so far, and I will say this is the fastest bike on the gravel actually. Look how aero the bike, and it's very aero, like you can see it, you can feel it on the corners and everything, like it goes by itself. The momentum it keeps, it's good bike. It's my first gravel bike actually. I never ride gravel before. I had some other brands, but this one is the best one. The first I like, I would say.
And a very cool paint job.
It is. A lot of people say me the same thing, and I really like it.
My name is David Carroll. I'm from Giant here in Kenya. I brought this Rain E. It is a e-bike. I'm not doing racing migration this year, but I'm supporting. So I thought it'd be a good idea to do the water points, race up the track, follow some riders down, try and get some decent GoPro footage. But it's been a tiny bit easy on this Rain e-bike. I've been going up and through the rivers, up the steep banks on the other side, no problem chasing some riders. So it's been really good fun.
Have you got any specs on the bike?
So this is a Rain. It's got a 90 Newton meter motor. It's the Pro motor, which is the huge torque. It basically torque multiplies. So if you're putting in 100 watts, you can set it to give you an extra 100, an extra 200, an extra 400, or an extra 600 watts.
Is that its max? 600 watts?
Yeah,
it can give you?
It can actually give you 1,000 watts if you push it.
Jeez.
Yeah, if you really push it, if you want to put it on full speed. And the battery is 800 watt hours. It'll do approximately, it can do on eco 200 kilometers. But obviously sometimes you need a little bit more gas. So I've done 100 Ks on this bike at full speed.
One charge?
One charge, yeah, one charge. It's got a huge battery. Obviously it's quite heavy, but it's nice.
The most fun bike here at Migration.
It's really good fun. You can throw it down. It's got nice big bumpy 2.6-inch tires. Yeah, you got loads of grip, loads of confidence. Geometry is really far forward on the rake, on the head angle, so you can really hit stuff.
Hey guys, Lucas Baum from Speed Company here again. 1 year after we first met. Now with a similar bike but different setup. I brought again the Orbea Terra. Different color scheme this year. Same handlebar, same group set this year, but in the mullet configuration. 48 in the front and 1052 in the back. I widened my tires slightly. I upgraded from a 45 to a 54 mountain bike tire actually. It's a Schwalbe Thunderbird 2.1. I'm running also an insert from Cushcore. Yeah, and I have the pleasure of riding the new full chrome Shark wheel sets, which not only look good but also quite fast, and they withstand now 3 stages of the Migration gravel race. Some would say it's more like a mountain bike race. So yeah, can't say anything bad about it. Super happy with the setup as it is. I think the only upgrade I would do for next year is like putting a full suspension in the gravel bike. But yeah.
Are you happy with your tire choice? Because you got stuck in the mud. Even I caught you up.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a gamble for me. The 2.1 are the absolute maximum you can run, and I think I also wasn't following the official guidelines of Orbea. Maybe I should have read the manual before, because they suggest, of course, I think 6mm clearance left and right to the frame and to the fork, and that's clearly less. I think in the front it's maybe like a millimeter or two. I also modified my tires a bit, and I clipped off the shoulder knobs, but yeah, it was 2 kilometers of mud, which to my detriment, but overall, I think it's the best tire I've been ridden here so far, compared also to last year's setup. So I'm quite happy with that. Unfortunately, it was a gamble and I lost for 2Ks.
Yeah, hey, what's up everybody? It's Jordan Schleck right here. I'm going to take you through my bike check for the Migration Gravel Race 2024. I was riding a Factor gravel bike Ostro with a beautiful color paint for the Team Armani edition, and I had like combination of different setups. Yeah, starting with the shifters, so I was running a SRAM Raid, new SRAM Raid, with a combination of Eagle system derailleur and the cassette. Yeah, and then as well, so the tires, I was running the Vittoria Mezcal 44 millimeters, you know, because the course was a bit rough, you know, and the World's Black Ink. Yeah, and then as we come in front to the cockpit, I was running a 36 by 100 mm stem, so to make a little bit arrow and to save small watts, you know, at the course. Yeah, behind at the seat, I was running a physics seat adaptive with 140 millimeters, you know, for my hips to be flexible and feel comfort. And once we go to the pedal, I was running a Candy. I was running a egg beaters, so from Crank Brothers. Yeah, so the bike was pretty a good setup for me, and despite what happened after the stage 1, but it was a good setup and I felt really nice, you know. Yeah, so let's wait for the next one.
Did you enjoy today?
I did actually. I was kind of, because I'm here with Rob Tillis, the owner of Factor, and he decided to do the Zebra and he cut me loose. But I started with him at the back, so I was kind of just on my own the first 30 Ks until we hit the bottom of the climb. I was feeling good, just doing my own thing, and then the climb I felt great, the big one, and just caught everyone back up. But in hindsight, maybe that was a little bit too much.
Yeah, we had fun on the descent though.
Yeah, we had fun on the descent. Then it was with you and the leading 2 women, which I was super psyched about. And, yeah, we had a great period together, and yeah, I enjoyed that bit until the last 2-3 hours. It was just a gradual degradation to absolute kind of destruction.
I've got an egg and ketchup sandwich. I'd say I'm surviving, not thriving. I think this has turned into a game of who survives rather than who thrives.
Well, we're down to 44.
We're only 44 in GC, men and women. Jesus Christ.